How Long Gone? A rare live from Glendale episode. It's a hot and sunny Saturday morning. Jason and I are in the lab before we get in our separate automobiles and drive 2 hours to a remote location to do exactly what we're doing right now in front of a bunch of nerds. So I can't wait.
Yeah, but it'll be I think it'll only be for like 37 minutes or something like that. And it's not that long. Because we go on at 5 and there's like an A16Z conversation about the future of gaming or something at 5:45. So
I've been getting the emails because they send a daily briefing. And I got to say, there's a lot of words I don't recognize on these briefings. And it's making me feel both stupid and smart. You know what I mean?
I like reading these briefings. What's up? This is Dem Jeans, How Long Gone podcast. I was looking at those emails, and every time I see things where I look at it and get frustrated, that frustration is equalized by knowing how much worse you're going to handle it.
I'm not even
because here's a good example. I'm looking at it, and it's like, all right, the thing is here. You know, you're going to check in here, but in order to get your wristband, which in scare quotes with the wristband, you have to download this app, and that will gain you access to LANs. But the app, I believe, is a beta version, so you have to also download Test Flight. Do you know what Test Flight is?
Yeah.
You might know what that is.
I do know what that is. I just want to, not to cut you off, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
I know you're not, and neither am I.
Like, if I am a paid performer, I should be able to walk up to a piece of paper that has my name on it. They hand me the wristband. We go do our thing, and we leave. I ain't downloading Test Flight to get paid to do what I was hired to do. It doesn't make sense.
I know, and that's why I like it. That's why it's all. I wasn't planning on doing it either, just because we have like old. You know, we have boomer privilege where we can say, yeah. I don't know how to do this.
Oh, man, I don't know about all that.
The Ethernet pod cart download, I couldn't fix it. So we're from a time where, you know, paper, pens, clipboards, Sharpies.
Especially at a festival.
A cloth or a plastic wristband.
Yeah, dude.
Not biodegradable.
It feels like they're going to put a microchip in me so I can go talk to a guy I've known forever. It's like, what, dude? I can just call him.
We're damn near close to that. How long until we get the Live Nation chip?
I mean, I'll get it. For the right amount of money, I'll take the Live Nation chip. I'm not above it.
I don't know.
No lays. I'm talking like put it in me.
I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the Live Nation chip. They don't pay you unless you're like a tester.
I think some people do. I think that we could maybe get a little, get a little something in our left arm.
Yeah, Nation.
What do they do to dogs?
Stand up.
Tag them?
Yeah, you chip the dog. You chip the dog. Yeah, you chip
I didn't know if it was a different term.
Yeah, it's chipped.
So how hot is it going to be? Is it hotter where we're going?
It's going to be the same temp as it is here, which is 88 degrees.
Are you wearing shorts?
I'm currently wearing shorts.
I'm definitely wearing. This is what I'm wearing. I can't deal.
This was one of the things I had in my notes for our podcast episode today, was what is going to be your ethereal Solomon campsite desert rave A16Z Luke going to be.
Funny, it's exactly what I would wear to anything, which is shorts.
Start at the bottom.
Loafers.
Okay, loafers. We got the penny in them. These are not a Vibram sole loafer.
No,
these are not slip resistant. There's no Gore-Tex.
Once you told me that what we were doing is indoors, then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to see any woods.
Shit done changed.
Shorts.
You're not going to do any trekking.
T-shirt, sunglasses. That's all I need. Like I don't.
What kind of shorts?
Patagonia shorts.
Patagonia shorts. A weathered patina tee, and a denim.
I've got the
shirt.
denim over it, but I'll probably take the denim off because it'll be so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, because I feel like while you're zooming around, you know, meeting all these people and trying these cool things and foods and non-alcoholic wines, then the shorts make more sense. But when you're in conversation in a amphitheater, maybe it's being filmed and live streamed, your legs are going to be crossed as it is.
That's fine.
I have a man spreading problem.
That's
sometimes
fine. They can look
Carolyn
at the thighs.
will say, "Oh, ball done dropped."
If you're gonna live stream this, then you deserve a little thigh. as a reward.
Okay, I mean, it's more you don't care.
I don't care.
You're secure with the way your body looks.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes from the waist down, absolutely. Like when it comes to that's why I like shorts. Legs are all I got. That's what I'm willing to show them off.
Okay.
I've put in a lot of work.
Okay, I haven't.
And it's so hot. That's really. I'm not even. I know I should have worn jeans. And I was just like, fuck it, because I have to sit in the car too. It's sit in the car for 2 hours. It's just
Mm-hmm.
It's like wearing jeans on the plane. I'll do it, but I don't love it.
I'll bring a pair of jeans with me. Game time decision. We'll see.
Yeah. I thought about doing that, and then I didn't, and it was stupid.
Well, you don't have to spend the night. Afterwards, we're going to Orange County tomorrow morning, straight after, for a little family time with Carolyn.
Okay, so
I have to bring a formal church look. We're not going to church.
After staying up till 2 a.m. in the mix with DJ Python on Molly, your come down idea is to go hang out with your parents.
That's not my come down idea. That's just the way.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, okay.
So what are you going to do? They're like, hey, family time, August 4th. Family time, Adderall. What is that thing where the guy's in the mirror? Sorry, never mind. Family time, August 4th. Crypto chat, August 3rd. What am I going to do? I can't cancel either of them.
No, I understand. You
just got to do it. And I think as long as I'm there,
it doesn't matter. As long as you're physically there.
I'm physically there. I look presentable. Her parents are kind of used to that, you know. But also parents of any types, they're like, I'll take you however I can get you. But as long as you're not like about to steal something because of your fentanyl addiction.
How
he stole the ice maker out of my fridge. Goddamn, he said I can get 10 for that.
What the hell? Where's my copper stuff?
My copper stuff. All the copper's gone.
My car, I didn't even know my car had a catalytic converter. So how far is it from Orange County? Is it closer to Orange County than it is to here?
Maybe by 4 minutes.
Okay, so it's okay. So you're gonna wake up. You're gonna have I'm
gonna wake up in Idlewild. I'm gonna walk over, probably get go to a coffee shop that I've been to before. Wait in line with 37 local yokels. Get a fucking banana nut muffin.
I was gonna ask if they have sick breakfast sandos or anything for you up there.
No, this is muffin country.
There's no home state pop up.
Well, I mean, I guess if I eat on campus.
If you eat on campus, I believe you'd be able to get a taco.
The event starts at 9 a.m. So
every day.
Yeah, I think so.
That's every day.
Doors at 9.
Did we talk about Wiz Owens?
We didn't. We didn't talk about.
I saw when I was with Tim.
Sometimes zag.
When I was with Tim at Community Goods, our friend Jack works at Rick Owens, and the first thing I asked him was like, "Bro, what do you think about
Wiz Owens?"
Wiz Owens, and he said, "I mean, I had to stop him from shooting the video, but they didn't give a fuck." Because they just he's like he spends enough money where you kind of got to be like, say stop, and then if they do a little bit, it's like, all right, well,
interesting. So Wiz is for the backstory. Rapper Wiz Khalifa has a new album or mixtape out.
A new mixtape,
and it's called Wiz Owens, and it's written in the font and typeface of legendary fashion designer Rick Owens.
Yes,
which is just white background, black text.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yes.
Which is a departure from standard hip hop style artwork.
Especially Worst Khalifa. He's not known for his artwork.
He's not known for his artwork, but he also, I've seen him pop up on my social media feed, every quarterly for the last couple of years. He's done a full transformation. He's a workout guy. He's in amazing shape.
He's stoned Muay Thai guy. It's a new dawn.
Yeah, he gave up a lot of things. He didn't give up grass. He's still chiefing, but he looks great. He has an amazing body. He's working out a ton.
Yeah, he looks great.
Eating good, living good, blah, blah, blah. But every time I see him, he's sort of dressed like, like a more subdued riffraff. Like he'll have like pink 3-inch Nike training shorts.
Looks like Nigel Houston at the Olympics.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt that's been hand cut muscle tee style to show his emaciated rib cage and abs. it's nothing is really giving to Rick Owens to
I think
me.
I would agree, but he must be ahead. I mean, to dedicate your whole album to Rick is there must be more there.
That is a bit of a letting your nut hang with the brand.
It was pretty funny because I was listening to Joe Budden and they were talking about it and they were like, "Oh man, that's crazy," because Amber Rose has been on this Trump stuff and like, damn, Wiz Owens, he's talking about Candace Owens. And I'm like, you fucking idiots.
Are you serious?
Like, yes, that was dead ass what somebody said. And I was like, you guys are fucking idiots.
I mean, because I got maybe Rick Owens just a little bit of a bridge too far for them because they're sort of like.
No, I think it was just like, I think when you have conspiracy brain and you are always trying to thread the needle, you just take a shot and sometimes you're right. That's the whole thing.
That's a beautiful one. All right, I have to send a Venmo request really quick. Sorry. I was reading a friend of the show's tweet just before when I was walking back from the dog sitter from a friend of the show, Ryland. And his tweet said, "My biggest code switch is at Home Depot." And I just replied, "I wish I could say the same." And it had me wondering, where do you think your biggest code switch is?
Oh, wow.
Is it when you go down to the south and then you Country Chris comes back out?
I guess a little bit, but that feels like it's in my GNA, as you would say.
Well, it's still a switch. A switch is still happening, even though it is inherently inside of you.
I haven't been to Home Depot in decades. In fact, I brought my license plate for Jason to put on before we drive, which is really nice of you. I want to thank you publicly.
Oh yeah, I've been charging up the Ryobi all night.
I was going to ask what color the Ryobi is. I code switching at Home Depot I feel like that's something a lot of people do.
Because Rylan is a tall, elegant, stylish man, a raconteur, well dressed, charming, great guy, blah blah blah. But I imagine when he goes into Home Depot, he's got maybe there's a shoe change.
He leaves the Stratocaster in the car.
He doesn't bring his electric guitar. He doesn't bring his Moog synthesizer.
He doesn't bring any gear in. He probably wears.
Do you think he takes the silk kerchief out of his breast pocket and then ties it around his head, bandana style, because he's about to go?
I think it's more
pull some cord.
Which way is the sheetrock?
Because I feel like he knows a good bit about Home Depot type shit.
He probably knows more. I think that's the cool thing about going into Home Depot. If you even if you're code switching, if you know enough to have a chat with one of the always nice and friendly employees, then you're further ahead than most people.
I think you have to size up. I mean, back in the day when you go into Home Depot, every aisle would have this old codger in there with some like overalls on, name tag, hold on for dear life. And he knows every single thing about everything in the entire store. You can be like, oh, what is that, an 8/16? Yeah, aisle 4. You want the brass, not the plastic.
It's impressive.
But nowadays, it's just like teen moms who are working there. And then you're like, oh, how much does this cost? And they're like, I don't know.
Scan it with your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like asking somebody at Target, a detailed question about something that they're selling. Like, oh, is this lawnmower? What's the horsepower on this lawnmower? And they're like,
no one knows anything. That's the death of the retail employee across the board.
This is the last generation of people who will still work retail like that.
Yeah, oh for sure.
But I think the male version is Home Depot, where you're like, I just like being around this shit. I like smelling the smell of sawdust and adhesives.
That's the only part I do like. I do love the smells.
You're an epoxy guy.
Oh,
get around the epoxy.
Oh my god! Don't leave me around a tube, bro.
This is okay. This is interesting because I think on the very last. Oh wait, I'll get back to you and the smells. Female version.
I'll get back to you.
Female version is at the the makeup scent counter at like a department store.
Yeah.
Or like
Nordstrom.
I'm 71 years old at Nordstrom. I'm running the Chanel counter like it's the Navy type shit.
Would you like to try this new blush?
They know every damn thing about it. This one's out. It's coming in on Tuesday.
That's true. There's a lot of like product names and codes that require memorization.
That one comes in a bundle, 30 off right now. So you want to get that. But you were saying on a previous episode, maybe the very last one, about how you wish there was like a surgery or a procedure that you can take to remove the ability to smell bad smells from which of course when you remove so well, you remove the good and the bad.
Of course.
So you hate the smell of, let's say a fish being prepared in a creamy white sauce, salmon skin souffle, but the smells of epoxies, gasolines, stains, gels,
drown me in it.
You want like what do you think the psychology behind that is? I mean, I know there's always that one freaky bitch that's like, I love the smell of gasoline.
I don't love the smell of gasoline, but I don't mind it. I prefer that to food.
Okay.
Not like fresh baked bread.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But like...
Which is funny because our good friends at Subway, they've found a way to combine the smell of fresh baked bread and gasoline, and then they pump it through the vents as you walk past their locations.
I believe that the Subway bread could contain traces of gasoline.
I've seen a couple of TikToks down in like Honduras or third world Asian countries where they'll get enough Subway loaves and kind of rub them together, and you can use that as a... I've seen them turn a Nissan Sentra over with a baker's dozen of the whole
just
wheat,
stuffing bread into the gas tank, and all of a sudden it starts.
Yeah, it's like when you see the videos of guys like making cocaine in the jungle. And the working conditions are quite grim, and you're like, oh damn, you're gonna make coke out of that?
I saw something this morning when I was on glorious return to the West Hollywood Equinox this morning. Oh, what a motion picture that is.
The Equinox.
It's the best.
I drove past the Equinox and the Air One in Santa Monica, and I was like, oh, I want to see what the vibe is in here. But sorry, so
good vibe. But
WeHo Equinox.
I was on the Woodway.
If the walls could talk, they'd say, please clean the cum off
Please clean. MJ Linderman voice, clean and cum out of hotel showers. That's what's going on.
Hotel.
So I got a text from Brad Cook, and he's like, you heard of car jitsu? And I was like,
I know about car jitsu.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And he just sends me a link to car jitsu. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's guys doing jujitsu in the car. And my question is, how sober do you have to be to go from regular, cool, undefeated gym, Zach jujitsu to now taking it nerd style into the Nissan Sentra?
I think whenever I see this, which has only been a couple of times because it makes you wonder what the fuck is going on here, what I think it is it's sort of like an audition as well as a role play or cosplay for kind of action movies.
Oh,
where
I see.
There'll be scenes in the Transporter or a Ghost Protocol or any of those things where a buff dude is driving in a nondescript European sports car down an alleyway backwards, and he's it's Tenet style. You gotta fight a guy while you're opening a car door with your other leg, and
so it's practice for that.
You do well in the quarters and the semis, and then Jimmy Cameron starts kind of paying attention to you. Maybe we got a role for you.
I'm sure Jimmy Cameron's checking out the car jitsu Reddit to find his next talent.
Keanu's scrolling on the forums.
What is
we got John Wick 11 coming up.
Like how popular is this? And am I blind for not knowing about this? Or
Let me put it in terms you can understand. Okay, on the scale, we'll do 3 scales. We've got car jitsu, we've got slap boxing, and then actual jujitsu. Actual jujitsu is at the bottom in terms of popularity. I think car jujitsu is maybe more. Not in the entire. I'm just talking about like on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, the slap...
Like virality.
Slap boxing is on my feed a lot.
And slap boxing, I think, is a number 1 right now because people just love a good whack, I guess.
It's really cool because it just feels like every time they pass out and get brain damage and they just stand up and do it again.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's insane. And there can't be that much money.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm sure it's better than think it is, but it ain't boxing. It ain't...
No, it's a I'm assuming it's
I bet there's some big sponsors because I think it's popular enough to like gain that.
The biggest sponsor has to be a jerky brand.
No, energy drink.
Okay.
Both, but energy drink.
An energy drink that's still in beta mode.
Well, you have to be okay with violence, which a lot of brands kind of frown upon when they're looking
Monster's okay with that so far.
Monster has violence in the name, it feels to me. Monster, they're mean, they're big.
I mean, famously mean.
I don't know
monsters.
any nice monsters.
Yeah, there's a Skrillex reference in there somewhere. But I think the slapboxing part, that has to be the most grim for me.
It's very grim. I agree.
I can watch jujitsu and I can appreciate the sweet science and the elegant dance.
For sure.
But the slapboxing, it's more of just like it really the skill of taking a hit. I guess I don't really give a shit about it.
Well, I don't like to watch fat guys who failed at other sports. Like they couldn't even get in the CrossFit games, and this is what they do instead. Like, oh, I played D-line in high school, but man, it just didn't work out, and now I change oil and slap people. It's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah, that could be happening in the basement at the Eagle as well.
100%. It is very gay.
I'm checking oil and I'm slapping people.
Exactly. It's very.
I make a decent living doing it. Speaking of the Eagle, let's talk about Post Malone. Speaking of gay shit, you wrote in Pulling Weeds, your GQ weekly column, that everyone is going country. And Country Chris may have called that last year when things were bubbling. I'm wondering how long the country kite keep a flying, because we've talked about it what feels like for 5 years now. I think it started like when like Casey Musgrave's first record came out. We went and saw her, and then every girl is wearing a pink cowboy hat, and then there's like the Kylie Kendall space cowboy themed hats, Beyonce. Every event that women go to is a place and a time to wear a pink cowboy hat. They're eating it up over there at Temu and Alibaba, whatever.
They're eating it up at every bachelorette party where you have to pedal while you drink in Charleston and Nashville.
Yeah, and this weekend, Chappelle Roan played at Lollapalooza. Sea of non-binary hoes in pink cowboy hats, screaming along to every word. It almost feels as if it has become its own ecosystem. It's too big to fail now.
It's too big to fail, but I think that the reason
Can we do a different color than pink, ladies?
But the Post Malone thing though is because I feel like he's getting like the features he has on his album are insane. Like it's like real country shit. He's like duetting with Dwight Yoakam. Like you don't really get the like nobody else is like getting that kind of look.
So he's sort of turned into a John Maher like person, where he's a young buck coming running through the game, but all the old heads, the OGs, the top of the tops are like, we've knighted him, and I think as one of the ones.
And I think it's strictly because he's so good. Like I think it's literally like, oh, this guy. It's the same thing with Maher. Like when you can play like that, people are just like, fuck it.
I guess to bring back friend of the show Skrillex yet again, same kind of vibe. Where Skrillex comes in, he's this tiny long hair guy who's a screamo guy, but then you put him in front of the Ableton, and everyone across the board is like,
"Yep,
he's just that good.
He's got it."
I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's similar with Post Malone. I guess it's just like he looks so crazy, but now that's what everybody looks like. We're living in a post Jelly Roll society, So it's like it's a different
me like country,
but the music's good. Like it's
me
good.
like boat,
but
me
I just
Jelly Roll.
I just don't know. I don't know how far, because I thought maybe the kind of peak was going to be the show, the HBO show. Why am I blanking on it?
Wait, not Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone. Like I thought that might kind of be like.
I think that's part of the
but I think the
universe,
music thing, and I've thought about this a lot, but the music thing is because the music is good and it's simple and it's catchy and it's the same exact thing as any pop song, just with the lyrics are a little different and the twang is turned up 15%.
Yeah, we twangified it.
But it's also like real. It doesn't feel like there were 12 guys in the room to get. He
had some help, but not that much. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying like I think I could see Post Malone writing an entire album on his Martin acoustic at his house. Like that's actually realistic. Whereas with most people, that is not the case. You know,
most people, you got that one chick from Four Non Blondes in there.
She's everywhere.
Keeping the car in the lanes.
Yeah, but
you got the semisonic guy.
I mean, Dan,
keeping things on the tracks.
You need them. I think most people just need them, but I think that the few
the same
that
way
don't,
a good business needs a chief operational officer to really control.
That's why Post is able to code switch like he can, because he's got the chops.
And do you think that? Like at this point, I feel like the pop artists in that world, you build your career up, boom, boom, boom. You know, Charlie, Beyonce, all these people at the top of their game, and then once you get to that top, you do an album that has so many features. That seems to be like a faster alone, farther together type of mindset. Like at a certain point you have to start hiring help because you've gone as far as you can solo. Like, what do you think that vibe is?
I think it's more just like I have access. I think like now I can do it, whereas before they weren't answering the call.
Well, I guess now I can do it, and now I can split all these splits with all these people, and I don't need, I've already built my wealth over, generationally.
Like, it's fine to do this, and if I make a little less money,
if I make 78 million instead of 89 million, things are going to be okay. I just think that it's a thing that I've noticed as artists, hit that certain level where you're fully minted. Then it's like, here's everyone, because and sometimes you get like a Dwight Yoakam, a guy who hasn't had a hit song in a long time. He's fine, he's a legend, but it's like throwing the legends, the forefathers, a bone of like, you're gonna get on the song, come in for the day.
It's why Juicy J gets so many features,
Right.
You gotta pay respects.
Couple years you'll get a check from BMI for about 12 M's.
Yeah, you get that quarterly BMI check is hitting, baby.
What do you think about Mullaney passing on hosting the Oscars? Did you see that?
Yeah, it's I actually talked about this with Cooper. It's a lose, like no one can succeed. There's no way to succeed
as a host of the
like there's no.
What do you mean?
It's just you're set up.
I thought that Kimmel did a pretty good job last time. He's sort of been.
It doesn't matter if you do a pretty good job. Most people just hate it, and it's not worth it, because I think the other thing is there's maybe not enough time, depending on what you have going on, to like feel like actually prepared, versus getting a bunch of jokes given to you and you walk up there and say them. You know what I mean?
It like you get called up a little on the last minute side to do the biggest thing.
And if you have a lot of other stuff going on, it's like, well,
right. We got to squeeze this into the tour.
And it's just not. It just, those jobs seem very precarious. It doesn't feel like people want you to succeed. I mean, you're not going to Gerard Carmichael it. Like, no one's going to like do that, where it's like performance art that people really hate.
Or Joe Coy.
Oh yeah,
remember the Joe Coy?
That was awful.
I felt bad for him, but that was just like you said. He's probably on tour doing stadiums. Yeah. They called him a month before and said, "Hey, can you do this?"
The Joe Coy thing
is why John Mullaney, you don't know.
John Mullaney didn't do it. I think he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm close, because Mullaney, even though we think of him as closer to Jimmy Kimmel because of the way he looks, he's actually closer to Joe Coy as far as career goes.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like a comedian who does tours.
That's a good point. I think for reasons why he wouldn't do it, I think once you do that, that sort of sets the path for him to be a Kimmel successor or a Fallon successor. And he is probably like, I have a good thing going. I can live my life. I just had a kid. I want to enjoy my family and my millions. Livia Munn, the whole thing. Life is good. I can do shows for the rest of my life. As soon as you do the hosting and the late night, your life is kind of over, You have these fucked up hours.
No, your life is good. You have steady, high income.
Yeah, but he's paid. He's good.
Not. He ain't paid like that, bro.
I don't think he's like, fuck, I really need $800 million.
No,
I think he's okay.
But I also think guys like that have like dreams since they were a child, like, oh, Johnny Carson's that kind of shit, that could infect them and make them want to do that more. It's like being on SNL. Like, yeah, it's awful. You're not making enough money. The hours are insane. But like, if that's what you've dreamed of, you're going to do it if they ask you, no matter what.
But the difference is SNL is the springboard into your career as a huge name.
Well,
that's how you turn
sometimes,
into well, that's the natural progression.
Remember, Christian Wiggett, you know?
You get hired when you're 21, and that begins your path into stardom, movies, TV shows, blah, blah, blah. Hosting late night television or the Oscars, that's sort of your third act in the biz. Like, once you're a late night television host, you're not doing movies. You're not doing TV shows. You're not doing tours.
I mean, I think you're doing tours.
You're just doing that.
I think you're doing tours. I think you can, because it's always, but yes, you're right.
I mean, if you're like a addict freak like Jay Leno and you finish your show on Friday and you get in a plane and go to Vegas.
Luckily, John Mullaney is an addict freak, confirmed.
That is true.
I just don't think that those.
So then, why did he say no? Why do you think he said no?
For the reason because I just think it's a no. There's no winner. There's no way to win it. Like, John Mullaney is not going to go up there and appease middle America, and he's not that edgy either. So it's just going to be what, you know? It's going to be straight down the middle, which is like, I don't think a win for him.
He's so good at it, though. It's a natural calling for him. I think he will do it eventually once he gets a little bit older.
It probably is, and when most actors or comedians say this, I think they're lying, but it's probably scheduling conflicts. Honestly, it probably is. Because you're right. There's no... My theory is sound, in my opinion, but I also think you're right. It's like he knows he's got to do it, so there must be a reason.
Yeah, and he has the same type of thing that like Ricky Gervais has, where it's like I'm secure with my comedy. I know I'm really funny. I know that, you know, guys in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, are not going to be into my shtick, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I almost designed my act to do that.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's because he also looks so palatable. It really helps him.
He does.
The way that you need to look presidential.
He clean up.
He looks like a guy that could sit behind a desk 4 nights a week.
Kind of like our friend of the show, Billy Maher. I saw some clips of him trying to spit game at Hawk Tuah.
He wasn't spinning game. He was merely doing his cool podcast, Club Random.
He's never interviewed anyone in his entire life who is an attractive young woman and not gotten a little mystery method.
I mean, why not have what's the point of the job? You know, at a certain point.
I'm not mad at it, but even I think the reason that was different for me, like if he's doing it to like a Miley Cyrus, for example, if he's sort of, you know, he's clearly endeared by her, a little flirtatious, nobody's crossing the line because he's 3 times her age. But because we've seen Miley Cyrus grow up since she was 5 years old, she's forever a child in our minds, even though she's 33 years old or something now. And then the same thing for this Hawk Tuah person. I'm sure she's, you know, of age in her 20s, but she dresses and looks like an 11-year-old.
If you're going to show respect to Hawk Tuah, we need to find out her legal name. I don't want to disrespect Hawk Tuah like this.
Who? No one's ever going to take the time to learn.
I believe
Hawk Tuah's
she was
name.
actually billed on Bill Maher, Club Random, by her legal name.
I'm sure she was.
And I just want to, if Bill can do it, we can do it, Jason.
Hawk Tuah is 22 years old.
That's not what I'm asking.
Her name is Haley Welch.
Haley Welch. Say her name.
Hawk Tuah is an onomatopoeia for expectoration on a man during oral sex. Expectoration means spitting?
I guess so.
I'd never heard that before.
Hawk Tuah is one of the greatest things that's happened in this country in years. It's one of the, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that one of those stupid TikTok videos led this fucking brain dead Tennessee hottie into...
I think she might be smarter than we think, y'all.
I think that's what they want you to think. I think her agents at CAA
one of them, yeah,
want you to think that, but they're like I read there was like a Hollywood Reporter story when she signed to CAA. It was like, I mean, we're juggling the opportunities that are coming across. I'm like, what on earth, besides going on stage with Zach Bryan,
This is going to be the busiest next 2 weeks of her life.
And there was like a documentary. It's just all insane.
She's going to do product endorsement deals for really, fly-by-night brands and things like that.
I just don't know what they think is going to happen. But Bill Maher having her on his podcast, I've never watched or listened to his podcast because it seems terrible.
It's insane.
But
people are divided on Bill Maher as a person and his HBO television show. I know a lot of people who secretly watch it every week, and a lot of people who openly watch it and are proud to be fans of his. Everyone in the world universally agrees that the podcast is such an unnecessary thing to do.
I watch the show every week, and I'm not proud of it, or I just think it's like there's nothing like that on TV anymore. So it's like it's kind of nice.
That's the only reason
to watch it, and like sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. That's every show.
But what I'm getting sad about is we have these OGs like a Bill Maher, and also what was it? Who's the comedian? Oh, Howie Mandel, legendary comedian guy. He has his own podcast.
Legendary germaphobe.
Legendary germaphobe. He also had Hawk Tuah on his
Hawk was
video podcast show or whatever, and then the whole shtick of that was he gave her like a 23andMe DNA heritage test, and Hawk Tuah ended up being like 99% Ashkenazi Jew. which is like a fun thing.
What?
But it's like this person that we don't care about, her genealogical heritage is not what you thought it was. This is going to be a crazy week. Sit back and enjoy the ride. But
wow,
what I'm sad about is you have these legendary comedic greats, Howie Mandel's, Bill Maher's, and at this point, they're the only ones left from the old guard, the old days, who are going to have some integrity, stand on business. And they're like, hey, do you want to have this girl who got famous? She was on TikTok and she spit and said you got to spit on a dick when you suck it. These people are supposed to be like, get the fuck out of my office.
No.
You fucking kidding me?
Bro, this is the problem with the content hamster wheel. They're like, all right, we got something to record. Fuck it. Bring Haley in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sit down and we're going to have her spit into this cup so we can test her genealogical history. That is, I forgot. I knew Howie Mandel had a podcast too. And I think it's like with his daughter, which is even more fucked up. I'm almost positive it's with his daughter.
It's just like,
but also,
why, guys?
Look,
why?
I'm a guy who loves to earn money and like I get the drive.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, if I'm Bill Maher and I'm doing a weekly TV show and my contract is gigantic,
yeah,
and then I go do
he's doing
out,
Atlantic City every weekend,
sold out stand-up shows every weekend if I feel like it. The podcast just feels
his every hour that passes and he smokes a new joint and his brain power decreases. You could see it year over year. His mind becoming a little less sharp. Because
the Club
episode.
Random, the whole crux is that they smoking.
Yeah, it's a laid back, chilling vibe. No parents, no rules. We about to get wide open type shit. But to me, I consider, if I'm Bill Maher and I'm 60 whatever years old, I know that there are only so many years left of my life total. Good years left of my life where I can be upright and mobile, walking around. I'm not, I'm not breaking my hip in the shower type shit. And then even fewer years where his mind will be sharp enough to host television. Don't waste it on the Hawk Tuah girl for your little YouTube show. Save that, there's only so many gallons in his gas tank. Save it when you're talking to a presidential candidate on your legacy HBO show.
Almost no one is immune to the virality chase.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you should be, almost more often if you should be, you're not.
That is very true.
That's what it is. But I'll make sure not to check that out. I
can't wait until we eat our words and do similar things to this in 20 years from now.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be doing
that. We went I did some good eating. We talked a lot about restaurant Addison on the last episode. A lot of people liked us running down the menu. We like the duality of our palates and our eating styles. Shout out to Addison and all those guys down in San Diego. Yesterday, I went to a Persian restaurant called Azizam in Silver Lake, right across the street from Los Globos, 50th anniversary. Where
50th
them
anniversary.
Jeans did some good DJing in that building over the years.
I've seen some classic Them Jeans DJ sets in that building.
I've seen some classic Chris on Drugs sets in that building.
I did some. Often those two things would go together.
That's right. People DJ in the club and do drugs in the club. Wouldn't you know?
It's like I was the host basically.
Yeah, you
heading the
were
wall, but hosting.
Yeah, can we get him another bottle? Oh, this bottle feels so good.
Was the Persian food good?
Yeah, Persian food is good.
Is it in the old what's that weird taco place that used to be there?
No, it's
remember that place we go to sometimes? That had the funny name. It was like a Mexican place on that corner. And it was the weirdest place, but it was kind of good. We went there at least 5 times. It had like the stupidest name. I cannot remember. People will know. It was in Silver Lake right there.
Was it like a fish taco stand kind of thing?
No. That's still there. It was like a
Oh, Diablo.
Diablo. But it was like Diablo Taco Emporium. It was Diablo, but the name was
I remember what this was called.
What was
Diablo Urban Taco Fabricator.
That's what, dude, that's so good. I don't know why we went there. I guess because it was just across, but it was kind of good.
So I liked going there for a couple occasions. Whenever you have like a big group of people dining, and some people are going to arrive at different times, you like order at the counter, you get a number, and then there's just kind of like big open seating, and you just grab, whatever. And I also liked getting their nacho there.
It was good.
They had a strong nacho there.
Urban Taco Fabricator is fucking insane.
I know. I think they were trying to sell it for a long time. They couldn't. Nobody wanted that space. It was cursed by the fabrication.
Well, that's like a weird no parking zone either, which in LA is a death
Yeah, but
sentence. That
whole part of Silver Lake is really blowing up. Friend of the show, Al's got a new spot coming in. Tons of businesses going in. They're going to figure out the parking though. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, they're going to bulldoze something.
Yeah, they're going to build a structure or something. But yeah, this Persian spot, you should go. Azizam, it's really good. It's like a real clean, modern,
I love that
Persian vibe, but it still has the funk and the stink on it. Really good, amazing dessert. It had this Napoleon.
Shout out to all our Persian listeners, the community. We love you guys.
Bale, Khodafis.
Jason loves them more, but I love them a lot as well. Then we
went to the dining continues. We went to Rustic Canyon.
Yeah, we drove to Santa Monica at 6 o'clock on a Friday, and it wasn't bad for any of us.
6 p.m. Friday. If my plane lands in LAX at 6 p.m. on a Friday and it's time for me to go home, it's 2 hours.
You're better off fucking camping at Starbucks, waiting for the sun to go down.
I'm better like hopping in the river, swimming upstream with my Remy.
But I was
I drove from Glendale to Santa Monica. Like you can see the water, Santa Monica, 34 minutes.
Santa Monica is so weird.
For me to go to your house in West Hollywood, it's 44 minutes.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
So cool. LA is dope. But I've just been eating, bro.
The shit was good.
Been eating. But luckily all this stuff I'm eating is like high quality produce and not like fat sows and Raisin Canes.
After all that shit talking I did about produce.
Right, yeah. You ate your words.
I ate my melons and they tasted good.
That melon sorbet.
The melon sorbet was
transformative.
Unreal. My palate was cleansed, but my brain was also lit up.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was just like sometimes with sorbet specifically,
I'm up.
When the flavor is so strong, I'm like, bro, how do they do this? It's crazy.
It's called ripe. Being ripe.
But the food at Rustic Canyon was really good.
Mm-hmm, we got taken care of.
I really liked it.
Pretty well there.
I really liked it.
What was I'm trying to think of what the star dish. When I was at Addison, the rice with the zabayon and the caviar was mine. But
the star for me was that salad. I think we started like the beets that was like a little crunchy.
Oh, with the quinoa and the avocado. Yeah. That's a classic. That's been on their menu for a long time.
The almonds they bring out that are like lavender.
Salted lavender.
Those almonds. Are fucked up. Those
little pocket house roll with a honeycomb butter.
Actually, I took a picture of the butter. That's how much I like the butter.
If you go onto Rustic Canyon's Instagram, it shows how they make that.
Oh, really?
They have these custom molds that they smear the butter into and then cool it into that shape.
They cool it and it forms.
They cool it and it forms.
You guys drank a lot of wine.
No, we didn't.
It seemed like there were 3 glasses on the table at all times. I'm not saying it was like large amounts. It just felt like there was like 6 glasses.
There was a lot of offerings. There were small pours, though.
Yes.
Which seems to be a thing that's happening to me lately. Wherever I go, there'll be a lot of wine, but it's like third of a pour.
What if you were like,
just so we want to be able to try everything, pair everything with every course, but still be able to walk out of here and get home safely is the vibe, which is good.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, just like you guys talking about wine and trying wine, I'm so immune to it now. But I'm like, do these motherfucking nerds hear themselves talking about? Oh, what region is this from?
No, we didn't ask that. You didn't. But there is a beauty to, wine and a specific dish and a specific wine. It really is, to use the DJ world, the only way I can make analogies with my brain. It's like literally just here are 2 songs that just go together in a way where like if you mix that song into this song, something happens when both of them are playing. The notes, the keys, the melodies create something greater than the sum of its parts.
It's harmonious.
And it makes every, you do a good transition while you're DJing or a mashup or whatever. The guy in the bathroom taking a piss is just like, what? The bartender is like it starts affecting your body, you know, if you have an ear for it.
I do.
Which you do. Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that melon. I feel like I must have ate 10,000 sun gold tomatoes in the last 48 hours. I mean, what a blessing. But they had this melon where there was lardo on top of it. You didn't get to have that, but that's a trending thing I'm seeing lately is fresh summer fruit with a piece of lardo on top.
Okay.
Which is just very thinly sliced pork fat.
Yeah. That didn't look.
I know that's going to be disgusting to you.
No, that's not disgusting. That's the funny thing. Nothing disgusts me at all. Like that steak or whatever it was with the fucking peppers you guys.
The Jimmy Nardellos.
That shit looked good.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this looks good. Sausage and peppers.
That was really good. Actually,
it looks good, and you guys were so excited. You're like, oh, this is fucking good. I was like, oh, this actually looks really good.
Yeah, it turns out if you cook a steak medium rare and then cover it with bone marrow butter, it's going to taste good.
It's going to taste good.
Yeah, the Jimmy Nardello pepper is sort of it's like white boy summer shishito. It's just a pepper that appeared out of nowhere that tastes like a pepper.
Sure.
And has a fun name, and chefs just fall over themselves.
Are they cheap or something? Can you get them in bulk?
I don't think they're that cheap, or they're a seasonal.
Oh, so it's a limited engagement. But did it really pair well with the steak?
For some people, I'm sure it really does.
Yeah.
My pepper palate, like when I eat a shishito.
Pepper palate.
Name's pepper palate. Yeah, I eat a shishito, I eat a Nardello, whatever. I'm like, tastes like pepper.
Yeah. Pepper's
pretty good.
You sound like me with all food. Oh, that's bread. Tastes like bread.
Mm-hmm. I think because I don't like. I mean, I'm fine with it.
You're not passionate about peppers.
Yeah, I mean, I eat a shishito and I'm like, pretty good.
Actually, let me just say this now on record. I've had a lot of shishitos. They suck.
The shishito is a vessel.
It's a fake thing. You get the bad one that tastes kind of bitter. You get the bad one that tastes too spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I
would rather have edamame with a garlic ponzu.
I fucking love edamame. I was talking about this the other day. I was telling Alex how much I love edamame. Like I won't if a restaurant offers edamame, I'm getting it.
And then you love the edamame guacamole, right?
Oh,
it's weird that you like the flavor of edamame so much.
I love edamame. I like it sometimes when they freak it too, when they add something like something, but it makes your fingers dirty, which is.
Mm-hmm. You put Mama's 5-alarm Cajun rub on there, some fried garlic chips.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. If you not a fried garlic chip, I got to brush my teeth.
Mm-hmm. Maher lemon segments.
Oh,
that's too much.
Not the segments.
my
tongue. Yeah, it was really good. Sesame. It was nice to see Al. It was nice to have a little drive, honestly, because also when you drive back, it's like really nothing. You know, it takes much less time, and there's nobody on the road, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot when I'm driving. When I have like a road trip kind of vibe, where it's just like you on a freeway for 2 to 3 hours. I'm you would think that when I get off the freeway, I would want to stop driving, but there's something about having just done the most boring drive of all time and then getting to your destination and then having an enjoyable drive after that. It makes it's like an edging kind of thing. Like when I got back from San Diego, I was driving home from your hotel, 6 p.m., sun shining, beautiful day. I'm coming down Mulholland all through the hills home. I got my, usually if I'm
you're learning the lyrics, you're doing Billie Eilish's panty part.
I'm memorizing the underwear lines.
You got genius pulled up and you're about to wreck because you're trying to get it. So pull it to the side and pull it down. What was it?
My friend.com AI wearable device is texting me that I should either learn the song or focus on the driving, not do both.
I need a reminder not to do both.
I need to talk about that tonight. But there was just something about zoom in through Mulholland in a car that you like. You don't have kids or pets or somebody.
It's what LA is all about.
You can take those corners like you want.
Oh, I'll flip a car over. Well, we're about to do that right now.
These are the simple pleasures.
We're about to do that right now, except not that, because we're going to the woods for 2 hours.
There could be some fun little twists and turns.
Is there any important places we need to stop? Y'all ain't got a
Prada
Buc-ee's.
Outlet?
No, that's too far, I think.
No, we're going to pass it on the way there.
Can't believe I'm about to go that far. It feels really far to me.
Yeah, and every mile that you drive in that direction gets more hot and deserty.
I know.
Desertous.
Maybe they... Yeah, dude.
But once we get up to Idlewild, it'll cool down a little bit. I mean, it'll cool down to 88 degrees.
I'm going to try to break a record getting back, because I feel like leaving at 6:30, 7 o'clock is the perfect time to leave.
Yeah.
Besides like midnight. Obviously, that's the most.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I'm excited for you. Yeah, before we leave, when I was driving home from San Diego, I went to this bakery that you guys should go to if you ever are near there, called Wayfarer. Like the sunglasses.
Oh, you're talking about the human traffickers?
Not Wayfair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wayfarer.
Okay, like the classic Ray-Ban shape.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, Buddy Holly, what you got?
It's a girl who...
Oh, yeah.
She started working at Proof Bakery in Atwater.
You've been there before.
I've been there before, yeah.
It looks banging.
They, it's just like a really good bakery.
Did Big Daddy have some pastries?
Well, I went there for one specific thing, which is their English muffins.
Oh, baby.
I got a 6-pack of these.
You got a 6er?
They're in the freezer right now. There's something about these English muffins. If you're a muffin lover.
Damn, my mom, if you're listening, my mom be loving an English muffin.
They should put these English muffins on Gold Belly, where they put them in the dry ice and ship them all over the world.
How much is a 6-pack?
I don't look at price tags, bro. I have no idea. Well, maybe $10 or something.
Okay.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
But they're not expensive.
What do you do with them?
They're priced accordingly for an artisanal muffin.
What do you do with them?
What am I going to do with them?
Yeah, like what do you use those?
I'm going to treat it like a piece of Toro or a sea urchin. I'm going to toast it, and then I'm going to put some expensive fine French butter on it.
Okay.
And a little Maldon salt. Anything else would be a slap in the face.
I disagree. I think there's a world where a high-quality jelly or jam could complement what you're talking about.
I agree.
The other thing I would say is, what about bun usage?
There have been talks of a sourdough jack being in play for our household in the next coming weeks.
I feel like you put a burger between those two buns.
Yeah, we can go breakfast sandwich.
Sure.
Fry an egg. Little bacon.
Breakfast sandwich doesn't. I know they're good.
Yeah, they're very good.
I've had 3 of them in my life. Like I don't ever think to get that.
I mean, if I'm hungover in Manhattan and you go down to the nearest bodega, you get a fucking 85-ounce styrofoam cup coffee.
No, sure.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, hot sauce, avocado, and a big Essentia. It'll cure what ails you, brother,
I'm
man.
sorry to say this, but hot sauce in the morning is disgusting.
Hot sauce
in the morning is a little white trash, I would say.
I would
eggs,
say your caucasity is showing.
Dipping your eggs in or putting Tabasco on something at like 9 a.m. just feels like intervention time.
Really?
it's something's not right. And I like hot sauce.
What
like
if
that.
what if you're from a country where that is a normal? You know, what if you're a Latinx?
That's different. I'm talking about people like you.
You're talking about Whitey.
Yeah, I'm talking about Whitey.
Whitey should not be eating hot sauce before noon.
Yeah.
If it were up to you, before sundown, it shouldn't happen.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to go that far, but yes. I think hot sauce, I mean, hot sauce has gone too far.
The sun has set on hot sauce for you.
Like they always bring it to the table with breakfast, and I'm like, I don't want that. Like, no.
I love it.
No.
I love a little hot sauce. I'm not trying to get a ghost pepper. I'm not trying to get a habanero ring stinger, but a little tapatio, a little crystal.
I appreciate the flavor of it, and I don't mind. I don't mind the heat, but there's something about doing it with breakfast that just feels a little uncouth.
Hot sauce and eggs.
I mean, even using
what a combo.
Even using ketchup for like a breakfast potato, I don't feel good about
ketchup before noon is a little.
I don't like that either.
Purist you are.
I mean, I'll do it because ketchup is different to me, but I can't help myself.
Ketchup is different to me. Yeah, I saw a good meme that reminded me of you, of like the happy face looking at ketchup. Spaghetti with marinara, cheese pizza with marinara, and then just a beautiful heirloom tomato, and then just a look of putrid.
I had look. I had a couple bites of that heirloom tomato last night with the burrata, and it was delicious. It was delicious, but
it could barely hold its own weight. You know what I mean?
But the green one, I had to put the green one back. I put that old green one back.
Put the old green one back.
I didn't like that.
The green is fine, but this is a special kind of green.
It's the look of it. It's not even the taste of it. It's like a mental issue, like most of my problems.
That's mental.
I went to Erewhon this morning after I worked out, and I ordered the $20 smoothie because I'd never had it before.
One?
It's called Activated.
Is there charcoal in it?
Bro, there's a lot of stuff in it.
Is it black?
No,
what
it's
color?
dark. It's dark.
Dark what?
I don't know, like brownish. Cacao-ish?
Dark brown is the color of the
energy.
smoothie?
Yeah, it was delicious.
It's called Activate.
Activated.
Activated smoothie.
It had a nice toothy. It had like some nubs in it. It's like having a
cacao.
Yeah, but a bunch of shit.
Okay, so
the ingredient
it's brown.
list was insane.
It is brown.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Did it have coffee in it? God, I just remember drinking that cactus flower plant flea market
smoothie
and how bad that was. No,
being back in Erewhon was crazy though.
Fuck no.
I like really forgot. Like I'm not exaggerating. It took 16 minutes to get this smoothie, and it wasn't like super busy yet because it was early.
Seems about right.
But I was able to get my vegan Caesar for the plane tomorrow, which is why I went. The ultimate plain salad.
Hashtag plain salad.
The best.
Sweet green partner.
It's really good. It's pretty filling. They package it really well, so it's not going to bust open in transit.
I'm very curious for you to try this meal ticket vegan Caesar. I'd
love to.
There's a...
Can I... But I can't get it in New York, right? I can only get it here. Okay.
You can only get it here. Next time you're in LA, we'll bring it over to the house or the hotel or whatever.
Yeah, I would love to try that.
Yeah, this smoothie that you drank, cold brew, almond milk, coconut meat, dates, dandy blend.
The dandelion, I assume. Dandelion
do they
green
put that
blend.
in? Because, insert gay joke too easy. Ground coffee, lucuma, Lucuma.
I don't know what that is. You know that. I don't know what half the shit is.
Ask your doctor before you start. Lucuma.
Yes, it's prep.
Lucuma is for when you got elbow eczema.
Yeah,
and you get uncomfortable at the pool or when you're riding bike at the park.
Got to get rid of it.
Side effects for lucuma. Okay, mesquite. Oh Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What? I
don't know.
Mesquite being a nutritional.
It's not
supplement. It is. I don't think people are putting it in there for flavor. I think I think some people believe it has a healing benefit. Detoxifying.
People believe a lot of shit. that I don't know if I do.
Why?
But it was fun to have it. It was fun to because I just feel like I usually I haven't had a smoothie in a long time, and I usually get a really plain one there. And it was fun to get something a little out of the ordinary. And the coconut meat and cacao really gave it a nice toothsome.
Oh, mesquite powder has a sweet, nutty flavor that can satisfy hunger and stabilize blood sugar. It's used to replace sugar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's interesting.
I guess I'd rather have mesquite than stevia. Stevia would be tasting wrong. Maca, cacao nibs, cacao powder, collagen, MCT oil, ghee, and tokos, cinnamon, toffee, stevia. Dan, this is a real coffee bean and tea leaf ass smoothie.
Yeah,
Did it get you
it is. It is
percolated?
It is. It wasn't, but it was good.
Okay, beautiful. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have. We have to go drive over to Idlewild and do this live. We're going to talk about the future of something, blah, blah, blah. London next week. We are very excited. I'm stoked. I've been writing down things to talk about. It's going to be a fun one. It'll be our last kind of live show for the summer, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really going to let it all hang out. So all of our London bros and bras.
We'll see you there August 9th.
There.
Bush Hall. Thank you guys for listening. HowLongGone.com. We'll see you next week.